Drop it. Can you guys hear me? Not better? Let me raise this up a little bit. I fear it might be a little bit too low. Let me go ahead and raise it up a little bit. There we go. I think we are where we need it to be. As good as we're going to get here. Alright, how's everybody doing? It's been a while since I've seen you. Been a while since I've seen you guys, huh? Good morning. Yeah, so we got puts printing. Let's go ahead and talk about this, guys. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the chart. Well, thank you. Thank you for having me back. We got the chat there so everybody knows that I'm not talking to my imaginary friends. Boys and girls, let's get right into it. Okay, so I hope you all had your coffee, maybe your Pepsi, and not make the mistake of spilling it all over your desk while you're getting ready for a live stream. Let's go ahead and do a roll call really quick, and we'll catch up to those who are yelling at me saying, "Gabe, we can't hear you." So, first like then watch, what's going on? Jesse, King Hit, Jimmy Spencer, Ecom, DC Fan, Matt, Fizzy Fuzzy, DuPont, Brendan. All right, some new names. D. Baker, Defoe, The Gamer, William, Anthony, how you doing? H. Houston, Eric Carmick, Munchies, Miss McMullen, how you doing? Richard Petty, Millie, how you doing? Mike D, Anthony, Mike D, what's up again? Ryan Marshall, what did you retract? Of course you must have said something silly there. We got The Gamer, yes, DuPont, Free, Lopez Crew, okay, X-Rater Sound. Defo, thanks. The cut was yesterday. I usually get it on Tuesdays or Fridays. Alright, so... Alright, we're back. Bill Guys, Shanley, Nate Hill, Morrow, what's up? Shanley, Fernando Gutierrez. Fernando, I checked out your performance, dude. You're killing it, man. Like, you know, like when a trader's showing consistency, right, and longevity, and they found it. They found the matrix. I'm hands off, right? Unless I see something that is absolutely like, oh my God, what the hell are you doing? What are you thinking? You know, you end up doing like a Ryan Marshall, but you're not doing that. So good job. I love what I'm saying. I love your stats. Now, let's go ahead. Navin, good morning. Let's go ahead and look at the chart here really quick, right, guys? So we had a trade that initiated this morning. Okay, a trade that I initiated this morning. And then it's coupled by both MACDs, right? This is the Big Mac. We have two versions of MACD sandwiched into one. And usually when we get that confluence, it's like, oh my God, this signal is all too powerful. Guys, this is what you want to look for, right? Especially Listen, this indicator, get it on over at gabetrades.com. It's going to save you a whole lot of money. Now, let's go ahead and talk about why I went bullish here. I'm going to go on the daily. I want to show you guys something. Okay, so when I indicated why I was going bullish and why I was targeting the 200 on NQ, it was simply because of this reversal signal, and then we got to break up the band, and then we took it all the way up, right? This was my thesis based on this. Now, there's a lot of ways to skin the cat. We have more advanced concepts and features over at gabetrades.com. Again, the higher the time frame, the stronger the signal, and our system just absolutely rocks. I mean, go ask somebody to ask somebody. I'm your favorite trader's favorite trader. All right, so let's go ahead and get back on the 5-minute here. And if you guys got questions, I got answers. So you know what? Let's open this up because, well, the market's doing what it's doing. It's trending down. If you jumped in the trade and you made your money and you followed the trend, God bless you. Right now, there's nothing to do. There is nothing to do. I can't stress that enough. Stop giving yourself something to do and anticipating a move or speculating a move or romanticizing a move or envisioning a move. And you know, what you think is what you say, and what you say will manifest itself. So if you're thinking that the trade is going to be bullish, right, is thinking, you say it out loud, and then you go ahead and click it. Right? So what you have is a manifestation of an action simply by your thought. And it may or may not be, you know, firmly interwoven with reality. Okay, so you have to trade objectively. Look at the charts. Trust the charts. All right, guys? Trust the charts, not your heart. Let's get back to it. There's nothing for me to do here. We are straight chilling. Right? What a murderous morning. A whole lot of blood here. As expected, if we go to the daily, we can see, hey, look, there was a whole lot of them. Momentum to the upside, and, you know, sometimes price action has to catch his breath. Okay? So that's that. Now, let's go ahead and see. What do you guys got for me? Throw it in the comments there. We'll go ahead and check out the ticker. There was some talk of GME going booyah. GME. Haven't followed that in a while, but let's go ahead and see what GME is doing. GameStop. Okay. Here we go. So, for those who are wondering how to trade meme stocks and penny stocks, the system will work for you as well. Let's zoom on out. We have, of course, GME. Now, what's really interesting here is before this big, ginormous Viagra, go choke on this candle, we had the signal right here. Took you all the way up, right? We had the signals here, take you all the way down. We had consolidation through most of the day. This is GME, right? And GME, you could see, it's very hard to make money because of the oscillating moves. They're not really apparent. Now, you could use our system to find those apparent moves. You see here, GME taking that move on up, right? If you're trading options, you get the entry, take it to a level, the band changes, comes on down. Let's look at this closely. The anatomy of a solid trade here at 1348. Trade design up, a double cross on the MACD. We get it going. Remember, you get this MACD exclusively at trade1348.com. Excuse me, at gabetrades.com. Link down in the description. Over here, Trade 1348. You guys got a bitch ass system, anyways, right? But we have this right here. This prepares you. You get that reversal right here, and ta-da! Look at her go. Okay, it's. Let's go ahead and look at AMC. I know you guys are like, hey, Gabe, what about the memes? And yeah, can someone print my coupon, please? I want 25% off my popcorn, baby. Go print my damn coupon. Come on, AMC. Jesus, Louise, you're better than that. Look at anybody who's trying to go ahead and trade this thing. It doesn't even make sense to trade. You get this ginormous wick to the upside, to the moon. No, we do not go to the moon. It's doom, right? And the way we know this is through our GT500, right? Listen, guys, our system tells you the truth. Right? To answer a question, Mara asked, so on indicators there, we don't need thigh gap if you use Big Mac. It's a different level of confirmation, right? You gotta find what really vibes with you. It's kind of like, for some people, NQ vibes with them. For others, ES is more of like that, that very chill, laid back vibe, right? So you gotta think about that, right? It's what vibes with you, what you can articulate better, because everybody's brain is wired differently, guys. You know how many times I work with people and I'm just sitting there like, why did you do that, huh? Where? What? What do you mean you thought? You notice what? There's nothing to notice. I swear, it just happens. It happens an awful lot. So, whatever you're able to articulate with confidence, and that requires you backtesting and getting that screen time on the chart. So, you can sort of kind of like get that sense of like what things are doing and what you're able to digest and interpret. Okay. So, it's not one size fits all. We have different indicators that essentially will say the same thing with confluence, especially when you layer it on top of the 1348 core system. So what you're getting at Gabe Trades is an addendum to the system, which helps you take it to a whole nother level. It's more of like a check and balance, right? It's like, well, this is doing this, but I'm thinking this, and then over at Gabe Trades, those indicators are like, what you talk about, Willis? Right? So let's get back to this here. The question is, wait, we got questions coming in. Let's see. Do you recommend any broker for opening your own personal? It was Tradeovate, even though Tradeovate let me down early in the morning yesterday, and so some people like AMP. Good to go. Right. How much for a one-on-one? I need to get my chart like yours. Money back, Phlegm. How much for a one-on-one? Dude, you want just one? Why you make me sound like a cheap blowjob, bro? No. Well, for one-on-one, it's about $500. You're gonna get me for an hour. That's one. Um. So all he needs is one. I promise. After I'm done with you, you're gonna want more. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out NQ. NQ just absolutely dying. Absolutely dying. There's nothing to speculate. Guys, is there anything here suggestive of bullishness? I'm asking the chat, and for those who are not part of the system, I want you to pay attention to the chat, because speculation is the nemesis of a trader, right? When you have poor psychology, then you have poor mechanics, you have a broken feedback loop. So, we have the comments here. Everyone's saying no, no, nope, right? You know that suggesting that the market's bullish is almost like an overconfident male who thinks that every chick's into him. He makes $12 an hour working a night shift at Walmart, lives with his mother, and drives a Toyota Tercel. Whatever helps you sleep at night, brother. But to have that delusional perspective of yourself, right? You don't want to go ahead and impose that on the market, and to have that delusional perspective on the market, right? You don't. The market says we're going down. Who the hell are you to say it's going up? If you can move the market. One second. If you can move the market, by all means, go for it. I doubt any of us can. None of us. I'm not even sure if maybe Warren Buffett can. Elon certainly can. Trump can. But not us. Us peasants. We're peasants, guys. We can't do nothing. So, if you missed this trade, hey, look it. Wait for the next train ride. The next train ride's gonna get you on up, right? So, what are we gonna wait for? We're gonna wait for a couple of things here. Let me just give you guys. Wow, someone had a Tercel wagon. Ouch. And you know what? I didn't even go front. I had one of my first cars was a station wagon that was a hand-me-down that was missing a fender. It was beige. with beige tints and hubcaps. And it wasn't a Ford, it was the other one. So you know how they had the Ford Tour? It was the Mercury Sable wagon. Oh my god. It was a Mercury Sable wagon in beige. Oh my god. Yeah, I had a missing fender. Yeah. Jesus. Woo. Man. Anyways. Ah. We're chilling here, consolidation, not much going on. Ooh, what a flashback from the past. That was fun. The wagons with the reverse seats. Oh my god. The nostalgia. Oh man. Um, let's go ahead and check out ES here, man. Wow. ES consolidating as well. Nothing really going on here. Let's look at gold. Gold always seems to screw me up, right? Because I don't understand the cadence. I don't vibe with it, right? It's like I walk in, I'm like, hello. Gold's like, yeah, bye. That's what it does to me every single time. Right? Jesse, one trade and done. Congratulations, brother. Now, we're going to talk about trades and opportunity. We're going to do something here. And something that's sort of kind of reserved for trade camp. But right now, I'm actually getting assaulted by my spilled Pepsi. And I thought it would contain itself and stay where it's at. But it's actually coming to me like the thing. Guys, give me a second. Let me wipe this down. I'll be right back. The show must stop for a second. Stay tuned. Back. I had to wipe things down. No, Daniel did not get here at the end. He did not get here at the end. We're here. All right, so here we go. We're back. We're back in action here. Now, let's get my mouse to work because it spilled onto my. Oh boy, the the difficulties of streaming. All right, here we go. Um, so what are we looking for here, right? So we want to do a little bit of like somewhat of, I don't know, maybe trade camp advanced concepts here, right? Diego Sosa says, I'm just trying to be a better trader. All right. I drive an 04 Camry. I don't know how I lost 4K this week using these charts. What am I doing wrong? No. You can't jump on the comments and then call for attention and tell me how you're doing it wrong. One, are you journaling? That's one. Two, are you playing too large? That's two. 3, are you trading the system or are you trading what you think you know? Right? Number 4, are you chasing trades? Number 5, if you've been using this a week and you're not paper trading, Mama did raise a fool, right? You have to practice. You gotta jump into something and practice. Now, if you drive an '04 Camry, that sucks. That really sucks. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh man, it works. So please, if you need help in making sure it works, you gotta jump into the comments and people will help you. But if you're gonna take it your own, yeah, you gotta take it upon yourself. I don't know. Anyways, journal playing too large, no chasing trades. Mama raised a fool. Haha. All good, Gabe. Thanks, brother. Yeah, you're welcome. uh, Average says he's been abusing the secret charts. You guys been abusing the secret charts? I'm just saying, like, come on, man. You guys are abusing me, man. You have a Pinto. No, there's got to be lies, man. You have a Pinto? That's like, huh? Okay, let's see what's happening here. So, guys, we have something going on here. This is gold. We got a reversal indication right now. The only way I would take this trade is on the break of our Excel here. But then you got the 200 right there. Oh, don't even get me started on a Pontiac Aztec. Oh my God. No, that's not. Okay, so right here. This you're on a break and you get the 200 right there. That's tricky. And then when you break the 200, you got another level. And then when you break that level, you got a level way up here, right? This is a bit much for me. Even though gold looks like, guys, wow, look at this. Six Flags commercial. Whee! Whoa! Wow! That's wow. Okay, I like the oscillating. Diego says there's weeks where you make 5K and lose it all in one play. How? Dude, Diego, your risk management. Bro, there's no way. No way. That's why we subscribe to a 1% risk management type of like, oh, never mind. If you're in a community, brother, and we give you the breakdown, right, you get those reminders every day of the trades you should be taking and how much you should be risking. I can't help you if you're not willing to listen. So please, like, let's not cry a river here on the stream, dude. The AMC Pacer? So, I don't fucking know about the AMC Pacer. What's that? What's the AMC Pacer? Anyways, that's GC. Let's look at oil, crude oil futures. Wow. Show me the money. Good job, oil. Okay, now let's see how, like, there you go. Guys, pay attention to this. Trade design here gets you an entry. Then we get, you see right there, that MACD. So you get that entry and then you're waiting on the, boom. This is solid. You have multiple confluences and an entry, ideally up to a level of which, we tell you, hey, be careful, get out. If you decided to brave the level, then cool, right? And you're able to extract a little bit more juice out of oil. Well, there's no juice in oil, but you know what I mean, right? So, yeah, interesting. All right. Let's go ahead and look at NQ. Why do we gotta look at NQ? It just keeps dying. Well, for those who are playing options, let's go ahead and look at the SPY. It's just dying. Yeah, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. I'm not doing nothing. Why would I do something? There's nothing for me to do. Nothing for me to do. All right, here we go. Market's just going down. The only way for me to force a trade is on the 1 minute. And even then, the 1 minute's like, what are you doing? Like, even if I try to go to the 1 minute to look for an excuse to be bullish, the system's like, bro, what are you doing? So, whenever you're looking at the 5 minute chart, thinking about you're going to be cute. Make sure you come to the 1 minute, see what the 1 minute's telling you to. Because no reason for you to be cute here. No reason, right? So, there's nothing to do. Let's check out Tesla. Tesla's been getting... Oof. Okay, Tesla. Yowzers. All right, let me remove these drawings here. Wow, Tesla. We got the reversal signal here. Came on up. We get the reversal signal there. Tessie. Let's go to the 5 minute here. Who's trading Tesla puts? I mean, because that's what you got here. You got a Tesla put. So there's a trade design down before market open, but you also have MACD giving you the confluence down, right? Now, this is a double MACD giving you far more confidence in the trade. You get this trade design down, look at there's nothing to do. You take it down. Nothing to do, guys. And I think the beauty of the system is not how much money you could make. It's how much money you could keep yourself from losing. Because remember, we subscribe to the mantra, right? Focus on not losing money, because when you focus on not losing money, the opposite is true. So we make sure that we focus on not losing money and trade only high quality setups. Now, Tesla here looks like it wants to break the band. So I'm not going to trade Tesla. I'm going to trade NQ. Now, is NQ looking like it wants to break the band? No, it is infringing on the band right now. And the band is maintaining resistance. So we're trending on down here. That's what we're doing. Trending on down. So based on what we see here, we got 1, 2, and 3 touches here. We need a break above this, ideally a break above the band, to have any sense of bullishness, right? Of course, then we have resistance here at 545, and then we have resistance here at, well, that wasn't 545, that was 345, and then that's 422. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and look at Nvidia. Man, that's been a while. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, guys, so Nvidia here. Trade design down. You knew what you were getting into. You knew exactly what you're getting into. Trade design down as you're getting ready for market open. Look at this thing. Look. Oh, that's MVD. Oops. Sorry, guys. NVDA. There you go. Same difference. Same difference here, guys. Get the trade design down. Comes all the way down. We had the confluences, and then we have the double MACDs. Giving you the added confidence that this thing is going down. So if we have these double MACDs and we don't even have one of the MACDs breaking neutral up here, I want you guys to think about this. We don't even have one of these MACDs breaking neutral. Should we be bullish? Should we be bullish here, guys? If, let's get back here. if neither one of these are above neutral. So if you're not above neutral, which is 0.00 on the chart, we are not bullish. We don't have any one above neutral. We don't have a candle above the band. Come on, come on. Let's talk about this. Should we be bullish? Guess I'm talking to myself. Or just Diego. Diego, you scared everybody away. Thanks. Oh my god. Here we go. See, right there, breaking here. Now we got the band and we got here, right? So what's going to qualify this as a bullish trade? Exactly. Why would anyone be bullish? Well, Diego, I don't know, man. Why would anyone lose $5,000? Again, it's... Miss McMullen with the right answer. She is saying no. Right. So, if we were to be bullish, we would have to be bullish when we have multiple qualifiers, right? We do not have anything above neutral here on the Big Mac MACD. Price action still below this band, so therefore in the trend down. We are still below Excel, this red line here. And of course, the all-important, what is that, boys and girls, right here? What is that all-important line right there? It's the 200. So when price action is below the 200, we're biased to going down. We're going short, right? That's what we're biased to. We're not going to go ahead and invent trades. The 200, absolutely. That's the 200. So, for me, it's like, let's say this thing does come on up just a little bit. I would go ahead and wait for the next trade to slide down, which would then confirm this trend and confirm what this double MACD is telling me. Wouldn't that make sense? Wouldn't that make more sense than to try to, I don't know, go against the trend? Beat your way through the crowd. Just imagine going against the trend. None of us here, including the chat, me included, right? None of us are breaking through an NFL line of 300-pound men. It's just not happening. Yet when we trade, that's what we try to do. I want to run away from them, not into them. Okay? So we have Diego here being a pool of wisdom now after admitting that he's losing his ass. And patience is key. So Diego, I'm going to challenge you to practice what you preach. Slow it down. Risk 1%. Right? Be patient. Wait for the trade designs. Wait for confluence. And I'm going to spell it out for you, Diego, and I think everybody here is going to learn something. Right? If you have a trade design down, that is it. It is down, guys. It is not up. It is not sideways. We have an indication for sideways. It is down. So what you're looking for is an optimal entry to ride the wave down. You're not looking for the bounce off this level to ride it up. That's not how this works. We want to ride the trend. Everything color-coded. Blood red. This thing is going down now. Unless you're colorblind, and people, if you are, please let me know. I don't know. Maybe Hot Potato can come up with a colorblind version of the charts. But red is red, green is green. There's really no in between, right? A cop stops you because you blew a yellow light or a red light. A cop stops you because you blew a red light. Is there any justification for that? Can any one of you explain why you would blow a red light? The cop stops you, blow a red light. There's no in between. Oh God, here we go. We're not going to do that here. You guys are fucking degenerates, right? Now, okay, so if it's a yellow light, what would yellow mean on the chart? Yellow is equivalent to what on the chart? It's equivalent to gray. Means caution, means slow down, means chill, right? It means do not stop, do not go. It means caution, chill, slow down. It is neutral. It is the middle light. That is what our gray, that's what gray here is, right? Gray candles, you see this right here? This is our yellow light. It's slow down, chill. There's nothing for you to do here. There's nothing for you to do here. Guys, you're waiting at the stoplight until you're given the go in green. You're waiting at that stoplight. That's it. Right? Oh, so Angel Spooky, you're law enforcement. Angel. We have a couple of law enforcement officers here in the community. We got Knight, Angel, retired. Okay. Um, we got a couple of guys in here. NYPD, Angel, retired NYPD. Yeah, my dad was at the 4-0. Yeah, that was my dad. It was a 4-0 Virginia Avenue over there. My dad was a training officer. Oh, you're 75 94. Huh. Let's see. Daniel Mitch. Okay, Daniel is saying, I took a left turn from outside lane in downtown Chicago. My son and daughter were screaming in the back. They were hungry, and we were stuck in traffic. The cop pulled me over. He saw my face and heard the kids screaming, and he let me go. East New York and Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Oh, you had it bad over there, man. Jeez. And Daniel Mitch, good stuff, bro. That ain't gonna work down here in Florida. I hear you down in the Keys. If you're down here in the Keys, yeah, that's not gonna work. They're gonna have you get out. They're gonna search you in your vehicle and then do a double search on you because the keys are the keys, and if you know, you know. Okay, so the band here, we have an obvious break, right? So let's say, guys, I'm going to take an educated guess that this is going to take to move on up. What if that's so? Where to? And I think right here that's what it would be, right? So I'm going to show you guys something here, really quick, right? Because it really is easy to make money with this system. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to buy, well, if it lets me, if my mouse works. Right, okay, cool. Central Florida down to the Keys is rough. Okay, so this is what I've established here. I've established 3 contracts here. I'm trading small, especially when I'm going against a trend. Listen, guys, if you're going to go ahead and break the system, you might as well do it in a smart way, right? And so if you're going to use this band to say, okay, well, this band is giving us a nipple. Let me go ahead and hide it. Let's hide price action here. It's giving us this nipple right here, right? If the band is giving us that, we have to be proactive on our stop and our take profit. So right here, I'm gonna sell should we come up here, right? Now I'm down 765 for like, oh, whatever, right? $765 I'm down. I traded small for a reason, just 3 contracts as opposed to my 10, 15, 20 contracts. We're just in it for 3 contracts, right? So scale relative to the size of your port. Trade small, super small. Okay, now it could very well be that the market just continues to die. Sure. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's look at what would be a qualifying I guess exit. Okay, so since I have this entry here, And I am targeting this right here. We then go ahead. This is what we can do, guys. We can draw our long position and say, okay, based on my risk profile, this is a 1.5 to 1 right here. So now I've established my risk in this trade. 1.5 to 1. That's all we did, right? So now you have an objective exit. You have an objective exit, right? You know when you're going to get out if the trade does not pan out in your favor. And you have to accept the loss. Why? Because, damn it, you took the trade. Okay? Is that helpful, guys? If you're going to go ahead and take this type of trade and you're going to target something, make sure you go ahead relative to your entry and build out your own trade design. This is almost obligatory, right? This is almost obligatory. So when you accept the loss, you accept the loss here, right? And you hold yourself accountable so that you don't end up like my man over there, Diego Sosa, who's taking 5K to the chin. Like, we don't have to do that. So, Diego, this stream is dedicated to you. If you're going to lose, you have to learn to lose elegantly. Right? Comes down here, stops me out. I have to accept the loss. Just accept it. But anybody want to tell me why I even took the trade? Anybody want to tell me why I took the trade? Come on. Oh man, these comments are great. Okay. You saw how everybody in the comment section is trying to articulate a reason why I should have taken a trade or the reason why I took the trade, when the truth is I shouldn't have taken a trade at all. And this is what happens to you every single day. Now, it doesn't mean that this trade isn't going to pay out. The truth is, I shouldn't take it at all because it's not a high quality setup. Now, what we end up doing is we end up making exceptions for trade setups like this because they work out sometimes. Right? So when I took this trade, I asked you all, right? Why did I take this trade? I should not have taken the trade. But again, everyone wants to look for a reason to prompt an action. Morrow, yes. Nothing said take it. And because of that, yeah, now I'm stuck in, like, I don't know, purgatory, right? Where I'm doubting myself. This is where Sean, that's actually a good question. It's something I taught you guys. But we're in purgatory, right? And so this year, when we avoid these type of instances, what we do is we keep our sanity in check. We maintain our confidence and our mechanical confidence, and we keep the feedback loop efficient, right? You're confident. You're confident psychologically because you're doing what you need to do mechanically. I have no confidence in this trade. Daniel Mitch. So then, breakup band and overextension does not count as confluences? No, that's not a confluence. There is nothing to do here. Even though I've designed the trade to manage my risk, I've also accepted a loss because I'm going against the trend. We can very well come all the way back down to test the bottom of where this wick is at. So if we go ahead and try to justify the trade simply because of a band break, and nothing else in confluence, remember, we talked about the MACD. We do not have even one above neutral. Not even one above neutral here. Therefore, we should be bullish. The pawn, exactly. Our size says bearish. And so now, right here, this is what happens. Now, I'm subjecting myself to mental fatigue, which I'm okay with because I traded small. Right? Now, I'm going to show you guys how to get out of this. Now, getting out of this isn't necessarily just closing a position and taking that loss. You can actually turn a losing position into a winning position. Krisker says, but the band never changed to green. It actually did. It flickered, right? But what I'm showing you guys is like what happens when we speculate and anticipate, and then what we try to do is justify or create the idea that isn't there. Remember, I just asked the community here, right? Why did I take the trade? And everyone analyzed it, right? As to, well, you had a band break and you had a bounce off a level. They were looking for the reason when there was absolutely none. And so when you're trading by yourself, I need you to have that piece of paper next to you and really ask yourself, is this a valid reason to take the trade? Simply because it's a band break, although my confluences are telling me, no, we're going down. It is hardly worth the risk. It is hardly worth the risk. Right? Understanding Wiz, it's about to come back up. Says who? Says when? Says how? Right? So now let's really get into this, right? Because as a trader, guess what, guys? Even if you're a fucked up trader, you're going to be right 50% of the time. The problem is time. That's it. You're going to be right 50% of the time. Time. How much time will it take for you to be right? Time. Okay? So if I trade too big, I don't have time. Right? Like, I don't have time. If I trade big, if that's 30 contracts, I don't have time. Right? Now, if the trade aggressively comes back and it finds support again, this here is how I get out of trades. In fact, I was working with Hot Potato over the week, and we were talking about exactly this, right? Scaling in and giving the trade time, right? Now, there is such thing as being inefficient with their time. So let's sort of kind of like recap this. Because I took this trade, I've now become inefficient with my time. Right? I decided I wanted to go bulls into the market, and I become inefficient with my time because now I have to wait for this to pay me because I was going against the trend as opposed to going with the trend and allowing the market to pay me in its time. I can't force anything. Guys, just trust me on this. You trade the trend and don't force anything. You will make more money than you ever fucking imagined. Especially with the system. Now, the question asked here, would I dollar cost average in? Okay, so I have an allocation of 3 contracts. Cool. Cool. I have an allocation of 3 contracts. What I dollar cost average in? Well, basically, my full allocation can be up to 20 contracts, right? That's what I allow myself. And then when I'm winning, I add more and I add more and then I add more and more. But right now we start with 3. It allows me to scale in. So the lowest denominator is 1 MNQ or 1 MAS, right? If you have the ability to thank you, SOS. And people checking out my hair. Like, damn, I didn't even wash it, bro. But yeah, I appreciate it. If you're able to scale in, right, and not use your full allocation on a trade, especially in a trade that you could possibly be wrong, more power to you. So here we go. Yes, Miss McMullen, Montrese. It is absolutely less stressful. We have enough stress in our lives, right, guys? I live a very stressful life. It was to the point where sometimes I'm just like, to be honest with you, trading is the calmest thing that I do. And I needed to be calm. Right? And the only way trading could be calm is if I respect what I'm doing. I understand what I'm doing. And of course, here we go. I shouldn't be sitting here fretting over $585. I shouldn't be stressing about $450. There's nothing for me to stress about. Right? So I took the trade with the expectation of losing. When you take the trade with an expectation of losing and you trade small enough, the chances of you losing shrink. It's weird. But what I'm going to do here is we're coming back to my entry, which means I can go ahead and buy 3 more. Yeah. Freaking Trade-A-Bait and TradingView. What's going on here? It's not processing my damn order. Wait, let's just buy. Come on. Now. Okay, so this is stupid. Now I go ahead to buy and it's giving me 9 contracts. I didn't want 9 contracts, but I'll take it. So now I have to make my adjustment to 9 contracts out. Right? And just like the title says, this is how I make thousands daily. And this is gonna be my exit. I'm not even gonna wait for it to come all the way up here. I'm gonna go ahead and say, just come and fill me, and we're done. Right? I traded small enough to endure time. I traded small enough to maintain my psychology. I traded small enough so that I didn't freak out and exit here. I traded small enough to show you guys that, hey, if you are in fact going to trade counter trend like this, this is exactly what you need to do. Now, if you cannot deal with the stress of going counter trend, if you cannot deal with the heat in the kitchen, don't bother doing it. Don't bother doing it. Right? If it's above you, just don't do it. It's not required. It's not required. Okay? So what I'm going to do here is, because I shouldn't even be in this trade, I understand where I belong. I don't belong down here. I want to be a bull when I'm way up here. I will wait until I'm above the 200. I will wait for that. Right? Now, someone's asking me why not an exit. Because I'm trading my plan. right? I'm trading my plan. That's all I'm doing, right? My trading my plan. That's all I'm doing, Sean, to answer that question. And trading plans, guys, my risk to reward, I'm not some like not like some rock star trader, right? Maybe I am. Whatever. But in scale, when we talk about this in scale, right? In scale, guys, me trading the system, before I show you this, me trading the system gives me consistent results. I know how much I'm going to make. I know what my benchmark is. I know what my general performance is going to be. When I trade a system, I do expect consistent results, right? And when I don't trade a system, I expect volatility. So you guys have been following me, right? You guys have been following me since January, when we've taken 50 grand and we're trying to turn it into 50 million. I don't know. You know what? I set the bar so high that even if I fail, I fucking win, and I love it, right? Because I get to showcase what the system does. Now, let me go ahead and check out my trade though. It didn't fill me. Oh well, I don't care. I really don't care. Trade small enough. Anyways, let's talk about this. So to the chart here. My trade expectancy is $8,500. My average win loss is 1.71. That's just above a 1.5. I'm not going ahead and aiming for a 3-to-1 or 4-to-1 or 5-to-1. Guys, you don't need to do that. You really, really don't. Don't need that, right? You couple that with a high win rate. That's right here, 80.68%. Now, that's within my norm. I know I'm going to default to my standard 70 to 75%. So, knowing that and knowing my numbers, because I journal, when I hit a slump, I know that everything's going to be okay. So that's why I say journal, and that's why, Diego, you need to journal, right? Because you can standardize your performance. You create those benchmarks and you standardize your performance. This is so important, okay? And the only way you can get consistent results is if you trade consistently. It's facts. So, going back to this trade, guys, I'm A-okay with the outcome here. And I will take $700. See if I'm playing. $700. Do you know what you could do with $700 right now? Or $1,100? Or $2,000? Do you know the things that you could do and the things you could accomplish in life with just an extra couple of $100? Guys, remember, before I am what I am now, 15 years ago, I struggled. And yes, I fell in love with money. You tend to fall in love with money when you grow up and not have much of it. And you're like, what? Oh my God, yeah, I can. You start buying shit you don't even own. You start buying shit you don't even know. You don't own. You don't, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, man, I just need $3,000-$4,000. I got a down payment for a Lexus IS. By the way, that was Lexus IS was one of my first real car purchases. Well, Lexus IS 350 Pro White. That's when I felt like, yeah, I made it. Levels, right? You're thinking man, you're making this money. You're thinking about how you could fucking spend it. You're not thinking about how you could compound with it. Right? And when you start thinking about how you can compound with it, then that's when the magic happens, right? Because you can compound with $100. You compound with $100, you could be a millionaire within 3 years, right? Right, Nunes Trades has got a IS 300, dope. But what you guys understand it, right? So when you stop looking at the money and like what I'm gonna buy with this, and you start looking at it as a tool of like what you can compound with it, right? And get yourself in a position that if you got $1 million, guys, and you take 13%, even if let's say you ran your account up to $1 million, and then you just put it in a fucking general fund, right? Oh my God, it's 13%. It's making 130,000 a year, just because, right? But the $5 million, what does it make in you? Right, $500,000, just because your money's making you money, right? And the goal here is to build your portfolio up. That way you're putting less stress on your portfolio, right? Because 1% to a guy with 100,000 is $1,000, but 1% to a guy with $1 million, that's 10 grand. So the guy with $1 million, most likely risking 1%, right, and winning 80% of the time, is always going to be making bank. I don't know how to spend $10,000 a day. I mean, I do. I do. But you're just going for a 1-to-1, 1.5-to-1. In my case, 1.7. So $17,000 a day on average. $17,000 a day. Come on, think about this. You can never go broke. You run out of things to buy. And then you stop looking at money differently. You start looking at money differently where it just becomes a tool. It becomes useless. You start losing respect for it. You do. You start losing respect for it because it's like your whole entire fucking life you worked for this, and this is it. This is all you had to do. Why didn't they teach me this starting in fucking VPK? I want to be 4.5 years old learning about compound interest. Why aren't they telling me this? Right? Because this is the easier way through life. Guys, you imagine from the onset of you being born, you were given fucking $5,000 and letting that shit compound till you were about 40 years old. Where would you be in life? Where would you be in life? Right? Meanwhile, you're going to go ahead and it's just so disgusting. Yeah, go get a job. Right? Now, before you invest your money, go ahead and buy a house. Oh wait, go pay for a higher education. Higher education. Guys, there are fucking 4 million Gen Zers who don't have jobs. 4 million. 4 million. That's 1%. People with degrees without jobs because they pursued fucking botany. What? Right? Now, Mav, no, don't you dare do that, bro. Or trade multiple accounts, less risk, more profit if you keep your trade plan the same. Mav, no, 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 no. Because that only works if you're playing a prop firm. But if you have multiple accounts of your own money, you're still just doing your own money. It's just still your own money. So if you're gonna do the multiple accounts thing, it's like, okay, yeah, that's exclusively prop firms, but I'm not a big advocate of it. Yeah, be careful with that. Anyways, so I get to rant with you guys, and and make $900 or $720, right? I'm gonna leave this here. I'm just gonna let it go. It's meaningful money right there, right? It's $1,000. Let me, you know what? Next time we break the 1,000, I'll just take it right there. We got 1,000, 1080, 1080, 1035, 675. I'm slow, guys. I'm sorry. I'll just take the damn money. I shouldn't be in this trade anyway, so I have very low expectations. Here we go. I'm just gonna close this trade, right? I have very low expectations of the trade. And the thing is that if the trade breaks and it goes and it does its thing, all right, cool. But I traded my trade. I traded my plan. I traded with the expectation that this trade is not gonna make me fucking rich. This trade, I had a general thesis, but I more so got lucky. More importantly, this trade, no one would be taking this trade if you didn't have any of the fucking indicators. Huh. No one would be taking this trade if he didn't have the indicators, right? If he didn't have to break the band, there'll be no taking the trade. And then when you go ahead and you look at it for what it is, all of this is just chop, is it not? Boys and girls, what do we have? We have a nice range here. We have a nice range, and what we could clearly see once was support is now resistance. You could, that line, it is clear as day right here. And that's why, boys and girls, I got out. Now, I could be wrong. The thing could take off on me, but you know what? It just feels so good to be right. Pocket a couple of $1,000 and just go live my life. You guys see that there? Right there. This becomes a binary moment. This is a level. The question now becomes, does it break the level or does it not? I don't like leaving my money to chance. That's why we have the system. Because the system removes the chance and it gives you the edge that you need to be successful as a trader. So please, by the love of God, stop disrespecting it. I'm signing out. This was fun. I've been on for a while. See, it was more of a lecture than anything else, but that was a low quality trade. I had no business taking it. The quality setup would have been a trade design up or a break above the 200. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm trying to behave myself on this one too. You guys see, there's really no reason to jump the gun, right? In NFL, that's called being offsides. And when you're offsides, what do you get? You get a flag. And when you get a flag, what does it do? It costs you 5 yards. You don't want to take 5 yards back. It's all about moving forward, guys, because the goal is what? Financial freedom. Stop shooting yourselves in the foot and stop speculating and anticipating, right? The trade is what it is. It is not bullish. It is not. Right? This is not a bearish trade that identifies as a bull. This is binary, guys. I know the current constructive society has us making exceptions for fucking everything. And unfortunately, that's the downfall of society. Everything's a but, maybe, I thought, but, no, but nothing. Go ahead and try to butt your way through the fucking court of law. A judge gonna look at you like you're a fucking idiot, right? Because the court of law is based on facts. Did it or did it not happen? Trade based on facts. Did it or did it not happen? Right? This here, guys, is your verdict. I'm done. This was fun. Oh, and okay. Can I give Diego some sound advice here? Diego, you want to hear it out? Hey guys, you want to stay tuned for this advice? And just let me know. One last thing. Yeah. So, hey Diego. Alright, so Diego, right? There's one thing you have mentioned. You're driving home for a Camry, right? So that tells me, it's like, hey, you either don't give a fuck to drive a new car, or maybe you're in a position in life where you might be struggling a little bit. And so sometimes, when we find ourselves under duress, right, there's a reason why. There's a reason why contracts, right? You can argue a contract to be null if the signer was under duress, right? The thing is duress is a motherfucker, right? It has us doing things that we don't want to do. Unfortunately, in the markets, it's finders keepers and no backsies. You don't get it back, right? So you need to change your mindset a little bit and just really think about what's happening right now. What's happening with that trade, right? I don't give a rat's ass of how much you make. Listen, dude, if you're making $5 a day, right? If you're making $5 a day, maybe have one red day a month, and you lost $5. I'm mad. You know what? Over time, that version of Diego will be wealthier than the version of Diego right now who's swinging 5K on a win and 5K on a loss. So sometimes you really got to think small to win big. And it's not that hard to make $5, $10, $20 a day, right? But you know what's hard? What's hard is accepting that that's what you and the market agreed upon that day. It really, really sucks, right? Because, when we enter a trade, we're entering a binding contract. And that's something you and the market agreed to. And when you exit the trade, that's something you and the market agreed to. Binding contracts to buy and sell. And so when you go ahead and you sell, and then that dollar amount doesn't satiate you, you have to ask yourself why. Because surely, if you're compounding and you're adding, you're surely going in the right direction. I don't care if it's $5. I don't care if it's $50. I don't care. Right? Miss McMullen? She started off making like freaking $30, $50 a day. Oh man, did we champion that. Ah man, Miss Money, you remember? Miss Money, if you're here, if you remember. Miss Money, remember those $30, $40, $50 days, right? And we would have the conversation. Yes, she remembers. And we'd have the conversation like, oh my God, am I doing this right? Because I'm not making that much money. But am I doing this right? And I said, listen, let's just get our reps in, right? Everything's going to scale. Everything comes together. Cheese has a lot of $50 days, right? It all comes together, starts adding up. Rome wasn't built in a day. Your life sure as hell ain't gonna be built in a day. Diego, make sure you do come back, man. Right? I'm not that bad, even though I come across as like some tyrant. Yeah, but Miss McMullen remembers cheese, guys, cheese. He's come a long way as well, right? Here we got Fernando. We got a lot of guys here. Come, it's you start understanding what that money is. You start understanding what it means, right? It means nothing now. It means something tomorrow, right? Because you're stacking money on top of money. Oh, man, I love that. The gamer, yeah, yeah. Set up a longevity club appointment for sure, gamer. Not today, though. Not today. All right, I'm done. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Just stack them, guys. Stack them. There's a reason. You see that right there? Remember, we identified this as being a level of support and then now a level of resistance. There's no reason why I should be under duress here. There's no reason why I should be under duress here. All's good. I made my money. I remained humble. But when the market gives me the conditions I want, you bet your ass I'm going in. You bet your ass. Anyways, I love you bunches. I'm signing out.